So Suhaila with Temple of Geek. I wanted to ask you what it's like being part of a movie like this that focuses on such a pivotal part of Palestinian history.
Yeah. What's it like? I feel very emotional today, to be honest with you, and I'm trying to. I'm not holding back, my tears or those emotions. They're like bubbling up inside me. But that has been a long process of over a year now. Uh, Me coming to terms with that and where that's coming from, and a lot of that comes from anger. Really, it's not sadness, it's not pity, it's not any of those things. It's an anger, and anger is a very useful life force,
Yeah.
and it's something that we can all harness, that we can all use to correct injustice, to speak truth to power, to etc. etc.
Yes.
And I think this is the very least I can do, being involved in a movie like this. But this movie, the whole process from reading the script to today, where we are now, has honestly changed my life for the better. It's made me, in terms of my career and also the things I care about in the world, and not being so self-interested, so-centered, and so protected and comfortable as a UK citizen. To think more globally and about injustice across the globe. And I think we can all afford to do that a little bit.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. And as excited as I am to watch the film, there is that sort of lingering anger at what's happening today.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped and it keeps continuing
No,
to go.
and I think the character I play, speaks to that as well. I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that, and in a way that's really scary, but also it's, I think, quite helpful. Hopefully, that the people be able to recognize that in themselves.
Could you talk about your character a little bit more? Because I just heard you saying that he's based on a real character
He is,
with
yeah.
diaries that you were reading.
Yeah. So, as with most young people working under the mandate system and working for the High Commissioner, as a sort of diplomat, if you like, there is there was a sense of we're doing the right thing. What we're doing here is we are enabling this undeveloped nation to become a nation and to be born as one and have its own government. But actually, in terms of Mandate Palestine, that wasn't the case, and it was never the intention either. You only have to read a little bit around that to find that out. And so, in terms of Thomas, he thinks he's doing the right thing when he turns up, and he's a sort of go-getter and has all this energy. He wants to fix all these problems, and we can see that in terms of when he speaks to the Muqtar in the village about what is going to the land being divided up into the new Dunham system, a metric Dunham, and all of that stuff. He thinks he's doing the right thing, and actually I think it dawns on him throughout the Arab Revolt and everything around that, and not only that, but the British mishandling of the or willful ignorance of what is truly going on underneath this, and how it's affecting people in villages. It's affecting people's livelihoods. It's destroying their livelihoods, and it is to this day. And so in real life, Thomas's reaction to that is he does throw his hands up in his exasperation and he leaves, because he realizes that the damage that is being caused by the British is intractable. It feels intractable. He doesn't know what to do, and he alone can't do anything. So I think that is the really key important thing here, is that alone maybe we are powerless, but together we can exact change. So he came back to the UK and he became an anarchist. In real life, yeah. So.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you had learned through playing this character, through the research you had done.
Absolutely.
Is there something that's top of mind, something that's salient, something that you think you'd want to share with people, the public, something that you learned?
Yeah, I think one of the ones that runs around my head quite a lot is the situation we find ourselves in today, or rather the Palestinians find themselves in today in Palestine. Discussion around it and discourse around it in the Western world, we often find that it becomes complicated by complication. That there's a really crystalline moral thing happening here, which on a human level we all ought to understand, and if we don't, there's a problem. So it made me have to interrogate my own moral standing and principles, and an understanding of what my morals are, where my ethics stand on so many things. So it opened my eyes. Yeah,
that's amazing, and I hope that this film does that for the audience
Me too.
as well.
Me too.
Because it does present a different perspective to a lot of these war movies that we see. My friend over here was saying that it is kind of like the roles reversed to what we would normally see with a war movie.
That's
and
right.
It's interesting to see the British be the villains in this case, and actually getting to see and empathize with the Palestinians, and actually get to see them amongst what's happening in the current world as well. Is there anything else that you'd want to add for people watching this film?
Free Palestine.
Yes.